If you've been thinking this week is just a quiet runway into Sunday, I don't know what team you've been watching. Because down in Foxborough, the stuff that decides January usually doesn't show up in a flashy highlight. It shows up in the parts of the week nobody clips. A rookie grinding in the dirty show just got a real promotion. The injury report finally brings some relief, but there's also off-field noise trying to pull attention away from what matters on game day. And one young receiver just proved he can do the thankless work and still cash in when the ball finally comes his way. Real quick before we get rolling, if you ride with Patriots Nation, tap like, make sure you're subscribed, and drop a comment as we go. Here's the question I want you to answer early. Do you trust the Patriots' identity more, or do you trust the depth that's being built behind it? Start with the move that screams, this is how rosters are really built. Kobe Minor, yeah, the 7th-round rookie, the last pick in the 2025 draft, literally Mr. Irrelevant, just got signed off the practice squad to the 53-man roster. And I'm not treating that like some cute little footnote. This is about competitiveness, physicality, and a coaching staff rewarding the guy who keeps showing up when nobody's clapping. Minor's been living on the scout team, in that dirty show role where you imitate opponents all week so the starters can be ready. And if you've ever wondered why coaches fall in love with certain guys who don't get the spotlight, this is it. When Minor's running those looks, he's not just jogging through the script. He's competing like it's Sunday. Patriots defensive play caller Zach Koor straight up called him an extreme competitor and pointed out that even on the dirty defense, he's going at everybody. Mack, Diggs, not backing down. That's a mentality. That's a tone setter in practice. And it matters. Because the fastest way to get trusted in this building is to make your reps feel like they count, even when nobody in the stadium is watching. What makes the timing interesting is the way the rules basically force the Patriots' hand. Minor was elevated to the game day roster 3 times this season. That's the maximum you can do with a practice squad player. So if New England wanted him available again, they had to make it permanent. Thursday, they did exactly that. And in those 3 games, he wasn't just standing around. He contributed on special teams and gave the secondary depth, which always matters more than people admit, right up until the moment you actually need it. Right now, Minor slots in as the 5th cornerback behind Christian Gonzalez, Carlton Davis, Marcus Jones, and Charles Woods. So no, nobody's pretending he's walking in as the CB1. But here's the reality. 5th corner is not a fake job in today's NFL. That's special teams. That's matchup depth. That's the guy you need when the game turns weird, when someone gets banged up, when you need a different body type, when you're protecting a lead and the offense starts testing your 4th and 5th defensive backs on 3rd and long. That's why this promotion matters. And don't ignore the bigger symbolism here. After this move, the Patriots finished the season with their entire 11-man draft class on the roster. That's not normal. That's a statement about development. Minor bounced around in college, Texas Tech, Indiana, Memphis, then comes to the league as pick 257 and still forces his way into the building. That's the kind of story that actually fits the Patriot way when it's done right. Earn it, stack days, stay ready. The Patriots also signed veteran center Brendan Jimes and cornerback Miles Battle to the practice squad on Thursday. That's depth management. That's the front office making sure the bottom of the roster has answers if something pops up late in the week. And it sets up the next tension point because roster moves are one thing, but availability is everything. Which brings us to the injury situation. And honestly, this is the kind of update Patriots fans have been waiting on. New England is getting healthier going into Week 18. Christian Barmore, illness, and Hunter Henry, knee, were back at practice Thursday, and Kayshon Boutte was out there too. No more red non-contact jersey, which usually means he's moving closer to clearing concussion protocol. Stephon Diggs is still with the team as well. Now, not everybody was out there. Harold Landry III, knee, Robert Spillane, ankle, Jack Westover, ankle, Jared Wilson, concussion, and Khyiris Tonga, foot, were still absent. The key line in all of it, none of those injuries are expected to stretch into the postseason. So even if a few guys can't go Sunday, the bigger picture isn't, uh-oh, this lingers. It's get them right. And then, yeah, there's the off-field portion that's been sitting over this week. Barmore, 26, missed just 1 session with the illness. but it came on the same day he was charged with 1 count of assault and battery on a family household member related to an alleged incident in Mansfield, Massachusetts on August 8. Diggs, 32, is facing a felony charge of strangulation, suffocation, and a misdemeanor assault and battery stemming from an alleged incident with his personal chef in Dedham, Massachusetts on Dexter 2. I'm not going to do the tabloid thing here. The football part is simple. Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel addressed it on Wednesday and said there wasn't expected to be an immediate change in their game status. That's where it stands. So the team is trying to keep the focus where it belongs, on the Dolphins. And the expectation is the Patriots will play all healthy starters in Week 18 against Miami. That tells you how Vrabel views this moment. No coasting, no, let's just get through it. Finish the regular season the right way, keep the standard, and carry the rhythm forward. And speaking of rhythm, when injuries hit your receiver room, you find out fast who's ready to do the job without the ball. That's where Efton Chisholm III comes in, and his story is exactly the kind of thing that can quietly swing a game. With Kayshon Boutte and Mac Hollins out against the Jets, Chisholm knew it was his time. He went into the week with just 24 offensive snaps on the season. Then he nearly doubled that total in one day, logging 41 snaps. That's not a few extra reps. That's a real role. He got his first career catch, a 30-yard gain, and his first career touchdown. The box score will show you those 2 moments, and people will say, nice. But the coaches didn't sound most impressed by the catch. They sounded impressed by the dirty work. Offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels broke it down in a way that should make every fan appreciate how hard it is to earn trust in this offense. Blocking isn't just go hit somebody. It's who you block, when you block them, what shoulder you use, where the ball is going, whether you're fitting inside or outside, whether motion changes the assignment, all of it. McDaniels said Chisholm has shown an aptitude to understand those details, and not just understand them, want them. And when you're a rookie who hasn't had a million reps since training camp, that's the difference between getting tolerated and getting relied on. Todd Downing backed it up from the wide receivers room. Chisholm is 5'10". Hollins is 6'4". Different bodies, different molds. But Downing said the heart is the same size, and that's the best compliment a coach can give a receiver who's being asked to replace the veteran's usual do-everything duties. Chisholm's unselfishness showed up in a legal pick play that helped free Ramondre Stevenson on a 3rd down right before Chisholm scored his own touchdown. That's the kind of play that doesn't get celebrated like a red zone fade, but it builds trust inside the locker room. Now here's the practical part. Hollins is out for a minimum of New England's next 3 games on injured reserve. So this isn't a 1-week cameo. Chisholm's performance matters because the Patriots are going to need him again and again. Probably in spots where the defense is expecting him to crack down, to finish, to be physical, to keep the run game clean. McDaniels said he was proud of Chisholm's toughness and finish, and that he embodied the identity the Patriots keep talking about. That word, identity, gets thrown around a lot. But when a rookie lives it on the snaps nobody wants, that's when it actually means something. And while all of that is happening on the active roster and the injury report, New England also spent New Year's Day doing what good organizations do, looking ahead. The Patriots had representation at the Orange Bowl between Texas Tech and Oregon at Hard Rock Stadium, and they weren't the only ones. The Los Angeles Chargers, Philadelphia Eagles, New York Jets, Miami Dolphins, San Francisco 49ers, Washington Commanders, Carolina Panthers, Dallas Cowboys, and Cincinnati Bengals were all there too. Translation: the league had its binoculars out. Everybody's hunting. There was plenty to watch on both sides. For Texas Tech, the draft-eligible names included Edge David Bailey, Edge Romello Height, DL Lee Hunter, LB Jacob Rodriguez, TE Terrence Carter, and WR Caleb Douglas. For Oregon, you've got QB Dante Moore, TE Kenyon Sadiq, DL Matayo Uyagalele, DL Amori Washington, OL Emmanuel Pregnon, OL Isaiah World, OL Iapani Lalulu, and DB Dylan Thieneman. The note that matters for Patriots fans is simple. This class has depth in the trenches, and there are intriguing options at positions that actually line up with needs. linebacker, tight end, and guys up front who can raise your floor week to week. And yeah, the Patriots likely won't be in position to draft the likes of Bailey or Sadiq, but scouting isn't just about the first round. It's about identifying fits, values, and players who can grow into roles. The same way we were just talking about with Minor and what it means to earn trust through work. So when you stack this whole day together, you can feel the theme. The Patriots are rewarding competitors. They're getting healthier at the right time. They're finding young players who embrace the unglamorous assignments. And they're already laying eyes on the next wave that could keep this thing rolling. Now I want to hear from you, Patriots Nation. Which storyline matters most to you right now? The Kobe Minor promotion and what it says about the roster, the Week 18 health boost, Efton Chisholm III stepping into Mac Hollins' workload, or the fact that the Patriots were already scouting the future on New Year's Day? Let me know in the comments.